Okay, we're back. I'm Tina, and these are my friends, Patrick Casale and Anthony Barney. And, we want to move along here because the Tea Party thing is getting huge. I mean, it is coast to coast, border to border. Everybody's talking about the Tea Party. One of the things I want you to understand that I have found out about the Tea Party, there are every nationality. I went to a Tea Party because I wanted to see, the drive-by media and some of the people on the other side are yelling racism and all kinds of stuff. It's nothing more than a smokescreen, I want you to understand. Mostly it's small business people. What I have found is that most of the people in the Tea Party are small business people, and they're panic-stricken about what's happening to their taxes, what they see in the future with where taxes are going, and what's happening to their business. And there's black, there's white. I saw several people of Asian descent, every nationality you can think of. So that's just a bunch of baloney. Don't believe it. It's a smokescreen. So what do you think about the Tea Party, Anthony?
Well, Tina, I've not been to any of the Tea Party
I'll have to take you. Not a problem.
Reunions or activities, but the Tea Party, to me, represents somewhat of a populist movement that has begun as more undergirding in society that looks at what is going on in Washington and essentially is fed up with what they see. And I think you see that with most populist movements, in that people are asking to be heard essentially and feel as though they've been left out of the process, and this is their opportunity to join in the process, the political process as they see it, to have their voice heard.
I think it's a huge groundswell that people are remembering who we are. We're remembering that we are Americans, no matter what color we are. That is just such a bunch of baloney. Don't even buy it. We're all Americans, and we live in the greatest country ever. Is it perfect? No, but darn close to it. Patrick, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I like the American Party better than the Tea Party because, to me, we're Americans. And on my radio show, I did floor a call that some people actually think this has some racial tones into it.
So
but I'll tell you the truth. I don't think it has anything to do with the Obama administration or Obama himself. I think it has everything to do with the politicians that have been elected, both sides. I mean, we elected these officials to represent us, and I think the people are just tired of the lack of representation.
The sad part of it is the people in Washington are a reflection of who we are, and we've got a bunch of outlaws back there, so we have to re-examine ourselves. We've got to take a look inward as far as I'm concerned. How did we vote in Harry Reid? How many times have we voted that guy in?
Yeah, but Tina, it's interesting. Recently, the president came out and spoke to his party and made the comment that, you know what, even if it costs you your seat here in Congress, don't worry about it. Let's make a difference. Let's pass this bill. And I tell you what's interesting is a lot of these politicians are scared. They don't want to lose that power, and that has me concerned as well, both sides, because now are you there to do the right thing by the American people? And if you really believe in this bill, why wouldn't you vote for it? But if you're not going to vote for it because you can save the seat, really looking out for the best that America has to offer.
Yeah, it's a really hot potato, isn't it? It's really something.
Well, I look at the Tea Party movement, and it's interesting because if you look at the actual dynamics of the Tea Party from what's being reported, you would have a lot of ideas as to what they are or are not. I don't know that if you walked into a Tea Party event, and of course I confess I have not been to one, that you would find somebody that is necessarily anti, for instance, Harry Reid or pro John Ensign. Because if you look at the cross section, you see quite a mix of individuals.
Oh yes, it's everybody. It's everybody, all of us together.
I think what you see primarily is a general disgust with the status quo.
Repulsion.
And I think that like I said, you're going to see that with most populist movements, whether they're liberal, conservative, and I'm not sure. I think most of the liberal punditry would say that the Tea Party movement is a conservative movement, and yet you see a lot of the people that are in the Tea Party movement that are from both parties.
Well, because if you really have a brain in your head, you're scared to death. You don't know what the heck's going to happen. We're going to take a break. We're going to be back and talking about Tea Parties. What kind of a great segue is this? We have someone who is actually running for the Senate. He is a Tea Party person. We're going to tell you more when we get back.